Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we are diving into a vehicle that has been whispered about in enthusiast circles for years and is finally becoming a reality on our roads. If you have been following the automotive world lately, you know that the legendary Land Cruiser nameplate has undergone some massive changes. While the world was busy getting acquainted with the mid-size 250 series that returned to North American shores, true off-road purists and luxury seekers have been looking toward the horizon for the next true king of the mountain. Today at Autoscope Analyst, we are breaking down everything you need to know about the 2026 Toyota LC-400. This is not just another SUV, it is the evolution of a lineage that has conquered every continent and outlasted almost every competitor in its path. The Land Cruiser has always been defined by its generational leaps. We saw the 80 series bring luxury, the 100 series introduce the V8, and the 200 series cement its status as an indestructible global icon. Most recently, the 300 series took the world by storm, except for those of us in certain markets who were left wanting. But for 2026, the LC-400 arrives as a statement piece. It is Toyota's way of saying that even in an era of electrification and downsizing, the flagship big cruiser still has a dominant place at the table. Here at Autoscope Analyst, we've spent weeks digging through the technical specifications and production updates to give you the most comprehensive look at this 2026 powerhouse. Let's start with what makes this vehicle tick, because the powertrain is where the biggest debates are happening. For 2026, the LC-400 fully embraces the iForce Max philosophy, but it scales it up to levels we haven't seen in the smaller models. While the mid-size siblings make do with 4-cylinder hybrids, the LC-400 is rumored to offer a high-output 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6 hybrid system. We are talking about an output that pushes toward 437 horsepower and a staggering 583 pound-feet of torque. This isn't just about winning the numbers game, it's about that low-end grunt that Land Cruiser owners depend on when they are crawling over jagged rocks or towing heavy loads across a desert. The integration of the electric motor between the engine and the 10-speed automatic transmission means that the torque is instantaneous, filling in the gaps where turbos might usually lag. Visually, the 2026 LC-400 is a masterclass in rugged elegance. It manages to look both like a specialized military tool and a high-end luxury lounge. The silhouette remains boxy and commanding, staying true to the GAF body-on-frame platform it shares with the Lexus LX and the Toyota Tundra. However, the 2026 styling brings in more aerodynamic sculpting around the wheel arches and a massive modern interpretation of the classic Toyota grille. One of the coolest details we've noticed at Autoscope Analyst is the lighting signature. The LC-400 utilizes triple beam LED projectors with an adaptive high beam system that can literally carve light around oncoming traffic, ensuring you have maximum visibility without blinding fellow drivers. When you step inside the 2026 LC-400, the leap in technology is immediately apparent. Toyota has moved away from the somewhat utilitarian cabins of the past and moved directly into the territory of European luxury rivals. The centerpiece is a massive 14-inch Toyota audio multimedia touchscreen that feels incredibly responsive, but thankfully, because this is a Land Cruiser, Toyota hasn't abandoned physical buttons. You still have chunky, tactile toggles for the climate control and the drive modes. There is something reassuring about being able to feel a physical click when you're engaging the locking differentials or switching into low-range four-wheel drive. The material quality has also seen a significant upgrade, with open-pore wood trim and semi-aniline leather that feels like it belongs in a six-figure vehicle. Speaking of off-roading, that is the soul of the LC-400. The 2026 model introduces an updated version of the multi-terrain select system, which now features an auto mode that is smarter than ever. It uses a suite of sensors to detect the type of surface you are on, be it deep sand, loose rock, or mud, and adjust the hydraulic pressure in the suspension and the torque's distribution in milliseconds. But the real party piece for the 2026 model is the improved electronic kinetic dynamic suspension system, or E-KDSS. This system can effectively disconnect the stabilizer bars to allow for extreme wheel articulation when you're on the trail, and then stiffen them up instantly when you hit the pavement for flat, stable cornering. It's the holy grail of suspension tech, allowing the LC-400 to behave like two completely different vehicles depending on where you are driving. Safety hasn't been overlooked either. The Autoscope Analyst team has confirmed that Toyota Safety Sense 3.0 comes standard across all trims. This includes things like proactive driving assist, which can gently apply brakes into curves or provide steering support to help maintain distance between a preceding vehicle. For a vehicle this size, the 360 360-degree panoramic view monitor with overshot technology is a lifesaver. It uses cameras to project a view of what is directly under the floor of the vehicle, which is just as useful for avoiding high curbs at the mall as it is for spotting sharp rocks on a mountain pass. Now, let's talk about the market positioning and price. The 2026 LC-400 sits at the very top of the Toyota pyramid, while the smaller Land Cruiser 250 starts in the mid-$50,000 range. The LC-400 is expected to begin much higher, likely north of $85,000 for the base trim and exceeding $100,000 for a fully loaded Heritage or GR Sport Edition. This puts it in direct competition with the Range Rover and the BMW X7, but with a crucial difference: the Land Cruiser's legendary resale value and reliability. People don't just buy an LC-400 for 3 years, they buy it for 30. One of the most exciting aspects of the 2026 release is the diversity of the lineup. We are expecting a Heritage trim that pays homage to the classic 60 and 80 series with retro badging and unique paint codes like Trail Dust and Heritage Blue. On the other end of the spectrum, the GR Sport trim will likely focus on high-speed off-road performance, featuring specialized shocks and more aggressive approach and departure angles. Whether you want a luxury cruiser for the city or a desert-prepped beast, the LC-400 has a configuration for you. As we wrap up this deep dive, it's clear that the 2026 Toyota LC-400 is more than just a car. It's a commitment to a specific way of life. It's for the person who wants to know they can go anywhere, at any time, in total comfort. The engineering effort Toyota has poured into this 2026 model shows they aren't ready to let the Land Cruiser name fade into history. Instead, they are sharpening it for a new generation of adventurers. We are incredibly excited to get behind the wheel and see if it lives up to the massive expectations. Thank you for tuning in to this special report. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the 2026 Toyota LC-400, make sure to let us know in the comments. We want to hear from you. Is the twin-turbo hybrid V6 a worthy successor to the old V8, or do you miss the rumble of the naturally aspirated engines? Your feedback helps us keep the lights on here at the studio. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update from us. We have a lot more coming your way, including real-world testing and head-to-head comparisons with the world's toughest SUVs. Until next time, I'm your host from Autoscope Analyst, and we'll see you in the next one. Would you like me to create a detailed comparison table between the LC-400 and its main rivals?